Hi, I'm Ibrahima, and this is Talk Collective Intelligence. Producing collective intelligence is no easy task for any social group. Indeed, before entertaining the idea of creating something collectively, it must first lay the foundations for proper collaboration, proper coordination, and proper interactions between its members, who must behave as a single entity, single-mindedly focused on laboring together to create this remarkable thing called collective intelligence. Today we would like to focus on social groups displaying original collective intelligence, as explained by Jean-François Noubel. For Noubel, original collective intelligence is the intelligence practice in small social groups. And as you know, even small social groups can differ in terms of purpose, membership, and structure. Small social groups can be sports teams, communities of practice, or even families. We often refer to these small social groups as teams because teams have unique dispositions and characteristics. They tend to create collective intelligence. But teams with emergent properties must meet a certain number of requirements. Noubel identifies 7 of them, Morgan mentioned 5 of them, and Tapscott and Williams reveal 4 of them. Now, what are those principles? According to Noubel, effective social groups must have a holoptical space, have a social contract, have a circulating object link, display a polymorphic architecture, be a learning organization, display an emerging whole, and establish a gift economy. For Morgan, these social groups must have autonomous commons, be balanced, have focus, be reflexive, and have integration for action. For Tapscott and Williams, these actions and activities in these small social groups should display the principles of openness, peering, sharing, and acting globally. Now here, Tapscott and Williams are certainly going beyond this small social group. However, their insights are nevertheless applicable to small social groups. Now, what do Noubel's, Morgan's, and Tapscott and Williams' principles have in common? Well, they agree on a few areas. Morgan speaks of reflexivity, which is similar to the learning organization that Noubel refers to. When Noubel talks about the gift economy, Tapscott and Williams talk about sharing. The gift economy and the sharing culture have a lot in common. Now today we'll begin with Noubel's first principle, notably holoptical space. Now according to the author, members in social groups displaying original collective intelligence must interact with each other in close proximity. They essentially need holopticism. Now holopticism is defined as the set of properties that is the horizontal transparency, perception of the other participant, and the vertical communication with the emerging whole. So members must be able to see each other, closely interact, predict each other's behavior, and anticipate each other's next move, and perceive not only what is happening around them, but also what's going to happen in the near future. Noubel uses the example of a sports team in which players perform within a delimited real estate. Another example is the social group meeting in a room. They have holopticism in the sense that members can see each other interact and anticipate not only each other's actions, but they also anticipate where the meeting is headed. Now, the advantages of physical proximity are numerous. Holopticism is first and foremost a sensorial experience. Members see each other, communicate verbally and non-verbally with each other, to move the ball around in the case of a sports team, for example, or to move a meeting agenda forward in the case of a group meeting. Now, without holopticism, they would be incapable of knowing what others in the group are doing. There would be no horizontal transparency. They would also be unable to know what is the next move or what's going to happen next. There will be no vertical communication. Noubel advises social groups to promote, in his own words, the conditions for holopticism if they wish to see collective intelligence emerge. So, what can we retain from today's talk? Well, first we introduced Noubel's 7 principles of original collective intelligence, along with Mulligan's 5 organizing principles for collective intelligence, and Tapscott and Williams' 4 principles for mass collaboration that we think are also applicable to small social groups. Second, we said that social groups displaying original collective intelligence are first and foremost small social groups. Now think of them as teams of a few members. And third, we introduced Noubel's principles known as Holopticism. Holopticism is defined as a set of properties that is the horizontal transparency, perception of the other participants, and the vertical communication with the emerging whole. And fourth, we said that there are sensorial physical advantages associated with holopticism, since members of a group, such as a sports team or a community of practice or even a family, can see each other interact, communicate verbally and non-verbally, and anticipate each other's move and the movement of either the game or a meeting or something else that they share together. Fifth, we finally said that without this holopticism, members would be incapable of really collaborating to produce something extraordinary. So holopticism is essential to collective intelligence. Now, if a social group is not in the condition to create it, then it must figure out how to recreate this holoptical reality somehow. Now, in another talk, we will discuss Noubel's perspective on how social groups in the virtual environment have recreated this holoptical space. Now, what do you think are the advantages and the disadvantages of close proximity collaboration for collective intelligence? For now, I would like to thank you for your time and your attention today.